Turn to this page in your packet, please. Is everybody there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read the first part to you, and then you're going to do the bottom part. The canvas on which an artist paints is two-dimensional. The two dimensions are height and width. When we look at the picture an artist has painted, we sometimes see the illusion of a third dimension, depth or distant space. How does an artist create the illusion of space? For hundreds of years, artists have found ways to give viewers the impression that they are looking at a distant place. The method they use to create this impression is called perspective. Here are 6 ways to create the illusion of space and depth. Now there's a picture, there's a line, and then there's a definition. And if you look at the bottom, there's a word bank. Use the following words to label each of the diagrams above: overlapping, scale, atmospheric perspective, details, linear perspective, placement. You only use each word once. There are 6 pictures and there are 6 words. Okay, and we went over these yesterday. I don't care if you use your notes if you think that will help you. Okay, and it's only going to take like 3 or 4 minutes. So I want you to choose the best word for each picture right now. And spell it right, please, because it's spelled correctly at the bottom in the word bank.
So all the words, are they are all the words on here, down here? There's no ones up here that aren't down here.
Each word matches a picture. There's no tricks. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Josh, I would like to see your work. Whenever you remember it is fine. Just, can I keep it like a day and give it back the next day? One more minute. first picture. Lines all meet at one point if you join them. Josh, what do you think?
Linear perspective.
Linear perspective. It actually has the word line in the word linear. If you got it wrong, fix it. Things at a distance are lighter in color. You're Micah, right?
Yeah. Atmosphere.
Atmospheric perspective. Those are big words. Atmospheric. Have you learned about the atmosphere in science?
Yes.
It's the space around you, the atmosphere. And the things that are closer to you are darker and more detailed, and things that are farther away are lighter and less detailed because of your eye looking through the space. Yes, sir. Mr. Rep, right?
Yeah.
Isaac. Okay, what's the next one?
Overlapping.
Overlapping. Objects in the foreground block parts of objects in the background. And we call that overlapping. We know that this apple is in front because it blocks part of that apple. We know this apple is in the front because it blocks part of that apple. Fourth picture, it's Alexis. Alexis.
Placement.
Things up close are drawn bigger than things that are far away.
Scale.
Scale is correct. Scale has to do with size. Picture 5, the clearest details are drawn in the foreground. It's Dade. Yes.
Details.
Details. The last one, things near the top appear farther away than things at the bottom. Jessica. Placement. Fix them if you missed them, please. So if you came in one day and I asked you to draw something that showed 4 of the 6 ways of showing depth, would you be able to?
Yes.
All you'd have to do is draw something bigger up close, smaller far away, overlap, have details on the things that are closer. Remember the pictures from the video yesterday. Okay, we're going to do some practice now. So if you flip it over, there's a page that looks like this. These are 2-dimensional shapes. They're flat. We are going to turn each one of them into a 3-dimensional shape. Okay? The vanishing point is right here on the horizon line in the middle of your paper. I'm going to draw, and then you're going to draw. Okay? Sort of like what we did yesterday. Okay, we're going to start with the circle. So your circle should be on the top. The sides of the circle, I'm going to draw toward the vanishing point. Now the cool thing about this is, right now this could be the bat light over Gotham City.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you see what I mean? But I want it to be a cylinder. Have you learned what a cylinder is in math class?
Yes.
Okay, I want it to look like a soda can on its side. A straight line won't do it. It's got to be a curved line. So to finish it, you need a curved line to connect your 2 distance lines. And then you would erase your guidelines because you wouldn't need them anymore. So now it's a cylinder that's up in the air. Okay, is everybody with me? Okay, now the idea here is to take as many corners as possible to the vanishing point. Okay, so let's do this one, this long, tall rectangle. These bottom two corners are already connected by the horizon line. If I try to do this corner, it would draw through the shape, which means it's an invisible corner. It's the corner that I can't see because I can't see through the building. But this corner, I'm going to draw toward the point, but I'm only going to go halfway so I don't have to erase my guidelines so much. And to finish it, I need a parallel line that's vertical to the corner. I need a vertical line that's parallel to the corner. I said it backwards. I put my ruler on the corner and I move it until I get to the end of my distance line. My ruler should be straight up and down. I'm going to connect that line and I'm going to stop when I hit the horizon line. Why can't I see the top or the bottom of this building?
You're seeing one way perspective. You're seeing one way.
Chris.
Because the bottom is at eye level and you can't see the other side.
Very good. The bottom is eye level. Okay? So we can't see the bottom. And the building is tall. When we talk about eye level, and I always use my ruler to explain this, if it's below your eyes, you can look down and see the top of your ruler. Okay? If it's above your eyes, that's above eye level, you have to look up and you're going to see the bottom of your ruler. Exactly eye level, you can't see the top or the bottom because it's eye level. So I can't see the top or the bottom because this box is eye level. Okay? Now, let's try the rectangle up above the circle. If I try to do these two corners, they'll draw through the shape. But these two will go, and I'm going to make them short because I don't want to overlap on this particular paper. So these two are distance lines that go exactly to the vanishing point. I need a parallel line. It's a horizontal corner, so I'm going to keep my ruler horizontal and move it down. It needs to be straight across, just like the edge of my paper, and I'm going to connect the two distance lines. Now, I only see the side and the bottom of this box because it's directly above the vanishing point. I don't see that side, I don't see that side, I don't see the top. It's directly above the vanishing point, so I see the bottom and I see a side. Now let's go to the triangle. If I try to connect this corner, it actually becomes this line. But the bottom two corners will go toward the vanishing point, so I want to take them toward the point about halfway, and you have to use your ruler. No free-handed lines today. The bottom of my triangle is a horizontal line. I want to keep my ruler horizontal and move it down and make sure it's still horizontal and connect my two distance lines. If you have any guidelines that hang over, you can erase those. Excuse me. Am I going slow enough? Okay. Let's look at this one. If I try to connect this corner or this corner, it would draw through the shape. That means they're invisible corners that I can't see. But this corner and this corner will go toward the vanishing point. I'm going to go about halfway. I need a vertical parallel line. So I'm going to put my ruler on that corner, and I'm going to keep it vertical and move it back and connect my two distance lines. And if you could erase, we would erase the horizon line because you wouldn't be able to see it. But you can't erase it because it's printed there by the copy machine. Now, let's do a challenge one. Let's look at this one. It looks like upside down steps. This corner would draw through the shape. It's invisible. But this corner will go, and that one, and this inside corner, and this outside corner, and this inside corner, and this outside corner, and this inside corner. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 corners. Now a lot of you guys, not you in particular, but I've taught 6th graders for 20 years here. A lot of you start to use your vanishing point for the first 2 or 3 lines, and then you forget and just start drawing lines. So what you need to remember is every single corner has to go exactly toward the vanishing point. If I extended all of these lines, they would all end up right here. And you need to count and make sure that you have 7, because to finish this off, you have to have all 7 done or it will confuse you. So I'll give you a minute to do your 7 lines. Bless you. Isn't this cool?
Yes, it is.
Just wait. We're going to build a city soon. Then you can put your bat light in the city. I'm going to teach you wondrous things. Is everybody almost there? Okay. Parallel lines come into play here. This is vertical, and it's between the top distance line and the second distance line. So if I put my ruler vertically, and I'm going to move it back, and I'm going to connect the same 2 lines, and my ruler has to be straight up and down. So there's a vertical line that's parallel to this corner that connects the top distance line and the second distance line. The next one is horizontal. It's between the second distance line and the third distance line. If I put my ruler on that horizontal line and I keep it horizontal, I am going to come down until I intersect with the corner that I just finished. And I'm going to connect the second distance line to the third distance line with a horizontal line. The next one is vertical. It's between the third and the fourth distance lines. The point of intersection is right here. So I'm going to put my ruler vertically, keep it straight up and down, and move it over until it intersects with my intersection and connect the 2 distance lines. Do you see the pattern? Down, over, down, over. Same thing. This is, for some reason, this is hard for you guys to keep your lines straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Between your 4th and 5th distance line is a horizontal. So if you put your ruler on your horizontal line, keep it horizontal until it intersects with the line that you just finished drawing, and you're going to connect the 4th and 5th distance line with a horizontal line.
Is it supposed to look like this?
Yes, isn't that awesome? But I'm not sure you used your point every time.
Well, I did.
For every corner of your steps. Okay, the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between the 5th and the 6th distance line, and it's vertical. So my ruler goes straight up and down, and I'm going to move it over until it intersects. And I'm going to connect the 5th and the 6th distance line. The very last one is horizontal, and it's between the 6th and the 7th distance line. So if I put my ruler here and keep it horizontal until it intersects with the corner that I just made, I'm going to connect my 6th and my 7th distance line.
And there's the extras.
And there's upside down steps. Now if your steps look like they're leaning, it means that your verticals and your horizontals aren't straight. Are you ready to go on?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this long, tall one. This corner will not go because it draws through the shape. But this corner and this one will go. And they have to go exactly to the vanishing point. And I'm only going to go just not even halfway so I don't have to erase so many guidelines. Excuse me. Now, I need a vertical line between my first distance line and my second distance line. I'm going to put my ruler on that vertical corner, keep it vertical, and move it across. And I'm going to connect the first distance line, but I'm going to stop at the second distance line. And I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what I mean, because this is the one everybody misses when you have to do this without me. I have a vertical line, but it needs to stop at the middle distance line. Now here, this next line is the one everybody gets messed up on. There's a horizontal line. It's between the second and the third distance line. I have to keep my ruler straight across, bless you, and move it down until it intersects with the corner that I just made. And then I'm going to connect the second and the third distance line. And that little teeny line is the one that everybody misses when they have to do this on their own. Now, if you've noticed, we've done every shape that goes up above the horizon line or on the line. I can see the bottoms of everything because I'm looking up. If it touches the line or comes across the line, I don't see the top or the bottom because they're at eye level. Excuse me. Now, let's do this L shape. It looks like a great big block letter L, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners that will go to the point. And so we have to take each corner and line it up to the point. You have to use your vanishing point every single time. That's the whole purpose of this lesson, is to learn how to use that point. Chris, are you doing okay? Do you need something? Thank you. So I have 5 lines, and you should count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make sure you have all of them. And now we're going to need our parallel lines to finish. The top of my shape is horizontal between the first and second distance line. So if I put my ruler there where it's horizontal and I keep my ruler horizontal but I scoot it back, I need to connect my first distance line to the second distance line while my ruler is horizontal. The next parallel I need is a vertical between the second and the third distance line. So I'm going to put my ruler on that corner. I'm going to keep my ruler straight up and down, scoot it over to the intersection of the corner that I just made, and connect the second and the third distance line. This is a lot like the upside down steps we just finished. Now, I need a horizontal parallel between the third distance line and the fourth distance line. And my point of intersection is right here where I left off. So I'm going to put my ruler, make it horizontal, keep it horizontal until it intersects with the corner that I just finished, and connect my third and fourth distance lines. My last parallel is a vertical drawn between between the fourth and fifth distance line. So I'm going to put my vertical on the corner there, keep it vertical, straight up and down until it intersects with the corner, and then connect the next two lines. And I'm going to erase the guidelines that I don't need. And now we're looking down. I can see the tops of things. And this L shape, this could be a piano. This could be a chair. Do you see what I mean?
It could be a pew.
A who?
Pew.
A church pew.
It could be.
There's a whole lot of things it can be.
Couch.
So if you want to draw chairs or couches or whatever so they look like they're going back into space, this is how you do it. Yes, sir.
If you feel like we can do this, do you think we could go ahead, like, go do the other ones?
I would rather you not for today, just because sometimes people think they know and then they don't do it right. So, now take for example this letter C. It looks like it has a lot of corners, right?
Mm-hmm. You can only use two.
The top goes toward the point. This draws through the shape. This draws through the shape. This is the line. This will go toward the point. This would draw through the shape. So there's only 3 lines, even though it looks like there would be more. I need a parallel horizontal to connect my top 2 distance lines. Put my ruler on the corner, move it up, make sure it's still straight across, and connect the top 2 distance lines. For the bottom, I need a horizontal line. I'm going to keep my ruler straight, and I'm going to go until I hit the C shape, and then I'm going to stop. And it's going to be horizontal. And now it looks like a big letter C that's been cut out. Okay, this one has 3 corners that go, and this is one that everybody misses. So I'm going to take 3 corners toward my vanishing point. 1, 2, 3.